Jacob. It's a little windy today, so apologize if you guys can't hear me too well. But these are museums that, here is the Mars. What's up, Danimal? Aircraft Expeditions knows this better than anybody. I forgot my headphones, so I apologize in advance. What's with the tiny screen? We're on a walking tour, Lynn. We're on a walking tour. Let's see if it does it this way. No. The walking tour is a little more difficult with a full-size camera. So that's why. That's why the tiny screen, Lynn. It is a walking tour, and my full-size camera would not be sufficient. So, here we are, the Mars. Philippine Mars. This is our walking tour. I told people that we would be on. Use Prism Mobile. You can't landscape it. I don't know if I have Prism Mobile, Dan, so my apologies. So, here are the rules. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna... can I chat in this? Should be able to chat in this. I'm not used to Android. Hi, Becky. Alright, Danimal. So I'm still using this new phone. Oh, look, there's a Hummer. So welcome in, everybody. Nothing polished. Welcome in. Welcome to the Philippine Mars. So we're going to start here. This is the outdoor walking tour. Simple rules for the walking tour. If you want me to stop, you have to send a super chat of 99 cents or more. Otherwise, we'll keep the walking tour going. Capiche? Capiche. So we will share with you all the beautiful aviation aircraft we have. If you'd like me to stop, you need to send a super chat. Also, I don't have my headphones with me, and I'm using this holding my arm up. So if my arm gets tired, forgive me if I switch the phone. But in the meantime, oh, Skydogs, what's up, Brick Rizzo? You were at the museum last week. Excellent. I'll have to check out the videos. So let's go onward. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. But let's enjoy our walking tour. Some nice weather here in the morning. So welcome in. This is my favorite aircraft. That's why we started here, even though we do have the Mars back here. This is my favorite aircraft because it's not often you see a 10-year-old aircraft already at a museum. So, this is my favorite. I don't know of any Mad Dogs here, but we'll see, Jacob. It's been a while since I've been here. It's been a year. Amy, this is the Pima Air and Space Museum. So here is my favorite Dreamliner. Hi, Becky. Scott Kuiper, what's up? So yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite right here because you get to get nice up close with the fan blades, but also please keep out of the engine intake. Footballs, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the Pima Air and Space Museum walking tour. I told our viewers yesterday we would either do Phoenix Sky Harbor or do a walking tour, and people voted 52 to 48%. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Nice up close look at the Dreamliner. These tires are about 4 feet tall. So welcome in everybody to the tour. Can I zoom in? Oh, I can. That's cool. 51 people are viewing and I've got 3 likes, so make sure to hit that like button as we're standing under the Dreamliner. And let's go onward, folks. So the rules of the walking tour, if you'd like me to stop, you do need to send a super chat of 99 cents or more. Otherwise, we will keep walking. A selfie with the tires? That's not a bad suggestion, Scott. I might do that later. Thank you everybody for liking. I'm not too familiar with military aircraft, so please forgive me if I'm not too familiar. I'm learning a lot. I mean, if we wanted to watch a show with a bunch of artifacts, we would have interviewed Matman. Okay, that was funny. Alright, so this is a Douglas A4D Skyhawk attack bomber. Christopher Brown, what's shaking? Great to see you, Christopher. So this is a Douglas A4D Skyhawk attack bomber. Scott Kuiper, great to see you. And Scott, we'll put you as moderator. So just remember the ground rules, folks. If you'd like me to stop, send a super chat of 99 cents or more. Otherwise, we'll keep going. Actually, I don't even think I put the advertising on for this, so. John Driscoll, great to see you. Welcome in. This is a F5 Tiger. And we're moving on. Next up, a McDonnell F3H2 Demon. And moving on. See, look at all these aircraft. They're just like a cornucopia of aircraft. Excellent work, Scott. Excellent work. Apologize, it's windy. I forgot to wear my headphones today. There's a YF4 Phantom for you guys who were talking about the Phantom yesterday. Looking good, looking fine. Thanks everybody for joining in. Keep up the great work, Scott. We're moving on down to the FJ4B. Trucker Norm, you are welcome. Good to see you this morning, Trucker Norm. I think I'm going to need some chiropractic work. Craig, F14, I don't know. This is the F2. So we'll keep on moving. I'm just going to move on down. Thank you for joining the walking tour. Oh, look. It's a C-130. Cool. The North American R5 Vigilante. Look at that. Vigilante. That should be my call sign. Vigilante. That's my new call sign. If I ever get elected as president, that'll be my Secret Service code name. Vigilante. The Northrop Grumman EA6B. Dubby. Does it come in men's? The A6E Intruder. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody liking and subscribing. This is just our walking tour as promised. We mentioned this yesterday, and the viewers voted 52 to 48 for a walking tour over the Phoenix Sky Harbor. So that's what we're doing today. Giving the people what they want. Roger that, Craig. Okay, there's a Vought A7 Corsair attack aircraft. Oh, look, here's a Blue Angel. How about that? Again, in an effort to keep things moving, we're going to be walking. If you would like to stop for an extended view, please send a super chat of 99 cents or more. And a Harrier jet. I don't think I'll have time to go to the military museum, or military vehicle museum today, Scott. I just wanted to sneak on here before I had to take care of some things. Thank you everybody who's joining us. Here is the beautiful Harrier jet. Gotta love that. Now if you're looking for some of the older aircraft that are fossil, you might want to tune in to Michael Walker's channel, because he's a 64 and a fossil. I got jokes all day, folks. I got jokes all day. Another Harrier trainer. This is pretty rad. Yeah, Scott, I don't think I'll have time, like I said, to go to the vehicle museum. More Harriers. This is cool. Very cool. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Jackie says, hi from Mississippi. I love this. Thanks so much. Thank you, Jackie, for tuning in. LJM Prod says, any modern jets? Well, we just walked by the Dreamliner, so we'll go ahead and walk over there again. And this is a walking tour. More Harriers. Oh, excuse me. This is a Hawker. It's a Dilly FJA1 Kestrel ground attack. That's a mouthful. And that's not including the intake. I could have taken a tram tour, but then, Scott, I would not have been able to stop and take a slower pace. The walking tours are the tram tours like 45 minutes. So this is the Pima Air and Space Museum. Welcome in, everybody, here in Tucson. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a British Aerospace GR5 Harrier 3 strike aircraft. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. This is the Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson, Arizona. Thank you, Scott, for the help on that. So yeah, all right. So I had a question of, are there any modern aircraft? Well, there sure are. But there's the Philippine Mars. This is kind of nice because you get to walk up behind it. See how big the wings are. Skydogs Aviation says they have over 400 aircraft here, one of the largest air and space museums in the world. Everyone should go and see it. Agreed, Skydogs. This to me is probably the best aviation museum in the United States. I know some people are going to say the Smithsonian, but for me, this is the number one. And there's the big old Philippine Mars. God, look at that wingspan. It's massive. Seriously. Look at that. I have not been to the Dayton one, Scott, but I'm still saying this is the number one. This is number one, man. Hometown Tucson, number one. That's a good suggestion, LJM. Again, this is a walking tour, so if you'd like for me to stop, just send a super chat of 99 cents or more. Otherwise, we're just going to keep doing the walking tour. That's right, Scott, and I'm sticking with it. It is like, this is seriously, and I'm not a huge museum fan because they're things that are just standing still, but if you want to talk about aircraft throughout the history, this is number one. This is numero uno. So this to me is the best aviation museum in the country that I've seen so far. It is a bit windy today, it sure is. That's how it is in Tucson. It is windy when it's windy when the weather is nice. That's what I've learned about Tucson. Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. Yeah, I should have turned the advertising on. So this is a commercial-free tour. So if you would like to donate to the channel, sure appreciate it. All right, so here is the Dreamliner. This is my favorite aircraft. Here, I could just stare at this aircraft for hours. But yeah, this is my personal favorite. We started the tour here. I'm pretty sure they do, Jackie, but I gotta be honest, Jackie, I'm not too familiar with military aircraft, so if you see something that you know, let me know. Thanks so much for everybody tuning in, liking, and subscribing. Hope you're enjoying this. I don't think there's a 747-8. I know there's a 747-2 and maybe a 747-4. And we'll see that eventually. $161 people and 11 likes. So if you have a moment, hit that thumbs up button. All right. Love these engines, man. Love these engines. B262 said hi. Hello, hello. Love these engines. All right, we're moving on. We're moving this way. We're going to go see that massive plane right in front of us. We'll get to the 747, but this is a walking tour. So if you're gonna pee your pants, you may want to come back later. There we go. Hello from Pakistan. If you're just watching now, hit that thumbs up button. This is a walking tour. Thank you for tuning in. So this is a Saab RF-35XD Draken. It was a reconnaissance fighter from 1955 all the way to 2005. Holy cow. Dang. That's a long run. That's kind of like the KC-135s. That's a long run. So thank you everybody joining us. My name's Pip. Welcome in. We're doing a walking tour of the Pima Air and Space Museum as voted on by the viewers and subscribers of the show. Hope you're enjoying it. I know I am, although my arm's a little tired. Dassault Mirage. Très bien. A Dassault Intendard. I'm not even gonna pretend to pronounce that, but it's a Dassault naval strike fighter that was in service for 30 years. Yeah, and I have to say too, Scott, that the fee to get in here, it's like $23, is super affordable. Thank you everybody for tuning in. My name's Pip. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for joining this walking tour. I like this one for some reason. We've been walking for 25 minutes. My doctor will be so pleased. Hunting T3 Jet Provost. Okay. All right, we're gonna head over here real quick, and then we're gonna make a beeline over to some of the other aircraft. We may not get to all the aircraft today, so thanks for your understanding. Hawker Mk-58 fighter. So you may have to do another live show, another walking tour for like the entire day. The museum, by the way, is awesome. It's like $23 for admission. And it is open 9 to 5, except holidays. Thank you so much, everybody, joining in. Oh, we got a B-52 Stratofortress. Imagine that. A giant aircraft. Gotta love that. All right, moving on. We're moving. Say goodbye to the B-52. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Scott Kuiper says he'd like to stop at the B-52 for a second. Thank you very much, Scott, for following the rules. Let's see the B-52. You got it, Scott. All right, we'll start from the wing out here, Scott, and we'll work our way around the aircraft. We just saw the F-18 Blue Angel. Scott follows the rules. Scott gets a walking tour of the B-52. If you'd like us to stop on an aircraft, all you got to do is send a super chat of 99 cents or more. We'll do a full walk around for you, Scott. That's good advice, Craig. I have not seen any snakes yet. Make sure you get all the planes, Scott. Thank you so much, everybody tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, Scott. We'll move towards the back of the tail here. These wheels are like about the same size, actually bigger than the Dreamliner. I would say they're 4 feet. So thanks everybody for joining our walking tour. Don't forget to like. LJM, I don't know that I really travel to museums. I mostly do aviation content and live streams, but if it's a cool museum, we might do it, so. We're just outside Davis-Monthan Air Base, by the way, which is how they get all the aircraft here. They'll fly to Davis-Monthan, then they'll close the road and taxi the aircraft across most times. The Philippines, they had to move in pieces. What's up, Ritzy Mink? BJWTF? Yeah, this is a pretty awesome museum. This is, to me, the #1 museum in the country. And I mean that. It's not just because I live here in Tucson. I came to the museum probably within the first 2 months of being here. Well, Ritzy Meek, make sure you get some good medicine. Thank you for tuning in regardless. Hope you enjoy the walking tour. Robbie, we're at the Pima Air and Space Museum. What's up, Gary? And Ritzy Mink, hopefully if we can raise another $172, we will be at RDU Valentine's Day weekend. Air King Flyer says, hey Pip, I love Pima. I did not get a chance to get out there in December, but we'll be definitely going at some point this year. Highly recommended, Air King Flyer. Again, admission, I believe, is $23, and that covers the full day. And then if you'd like to do the Military Vehicle Museum, which they just added, that is $19. It's on the same property. So there you go, Scott Kuiper. Thanks for that 99-cent super chat. I appreciate you, sir. And here is, I think, another B-52. Thank you, everybody, tuning in. There is tons of stuff here, tons of aircraft. I think somebody said over 400 aircraft. To me, this is the number one aircraft museum in the country. I know a lot of people say the Smithsonian, but to me, for the price you pay and the variety of aircraft, this be #1 to me. No question. Here's another B-52. Oh, Nothing Polished wants me to stop. All right. We will stop at this aircraft. Nothing Polished. Thank you so much for that super. We're now $171 away from RDU. So let's do an in-depth tour for Nothing Polished. Oh, you're a prankster, eh? We'll do a quick walk around for the prankster. This is Pima County, or not Pima County. This is the Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson, Arizona. And we're currently looking at a B-52. Whoa, BJWTF, thanks so much for that 40 super chat. Nothing Polished says, I wonder if they update the paint scheme for this one. It would be a good question. This is a beauty right here. here's Valencia, and across the street is Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. $1.29 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, LJM. Appreciate the conversion. You guys seem to like the B-52, and I can't blame you. B-52 is pretty awesome. BJWTF says that for the B-36 behind you, not many of those left, especially with the 6 turboprops and 4 turbine engine configuration. Well, let's go take a look at it, BJWTF. Google to the right. I love it, LJ. So this is our walking tour. This is the first ever walking tour I've done. And this is something that the viewers voted on yesterday. So thank you so much for everybody liking and subscribing. Hope you're enjoying this. We do a lot of live streams from airports. But I actually live here in Tucson. And so the viewer voted on this, that they'd like to see this. So here we are. So let's head over to that B-36. And thank you to BJWTF for that contribution. So let's take an in-depth look at the B-36. Vol Nation, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson, Arizona. It's open from 9 to 5. And it is, I think, $23, $22. I think it's the best aviation museum in the country, but that's just me. All right. We'll walk closer, but let's see if we can get all 6 engines in the shot. Oh, I actually have a Discord server, actually. I'm not very good at Discord, though. So look at that, is just so amazing. Look at that. 6 props. All right, let's go take an in-depth look. There's 10 engines. There are. Let's go take a look. Thank you for that super chat. Let's go take an in-depth look. Oibe, I don't have landscape, unfortunately, or I haven't figured out how to do landscape, so I apologize. I will figure out, though. This is a first time viewing. Thank you. 10 engines. Yeah, that's pretty wild. We're just doing a walking tour, so thanks everybody for joining in. So you got 2 engines right here. You gotta watch out. There's a moat right here. I'll let you know, Ritzy Ming. Thank you for the offer. LJM says, what's my college football team? I don't really have one. I'll tell you what, just because my brother went to Texas A&M, love my brother, I'll say Texas A&M, the Aggies. But I actually went to Weber State. I definitely need a windscreen for sure, Scott. But this was very impromptu. I was like, people had been requesting it, so I wanted to make sure that we did it. So it'll get better. This is the first I've done, so yeah, these tires are like almost 5 feet from where I'm at, like 5 feet or something. This is insane. Yeah, all right, we're moving on. Hope you enjoyed that, BJWTF. You're welcome. Happy to oblige, and thank you for the super chat. No offense taken. No offense taken. We're gonna go over here. Tim Arnold, what's up? No, I don't do streams every day. I do streams on my days off. Today is one of my days off from work. I'm usually off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. No update on Hawaii, Indie Spotter. Peyton, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. This is a sharp looking one. I'd buy this one to fly. This is a pretty sharp one too. I want to know what this one is. I don't know what this one is. Tim, doing well. Just doing our first ever walking tour of the Air and Space Museum as requested by the viewers yesterday. E121 AWACS. Yep. You are on it, Andrew. This is a sharp one. This is a sharp one. I'm trying to cover the microphone so you can hear me in the wind. This is the Pima Air and Space Museum. This is our first ever walking tour. Thank you for joining us. We had like 275 people, Scott. It was insane. I guess they all left after we went by the B-52. Metro Doc says the military version of the Lockheed Constellation. I thought so. This is pretty jamming. This is pretty awesome. I would definitely buy this. Moving on. Got some nice prop action here. Thanks everybody. Scott and Nothing Polished and BJWTF for your contributions. I probably burned I've already walked a half mile so far, so that's awesome. So Jaime, hello. The Fokker C-135 or C-31, Fokker C-31 troop ship. What are the airliners on the site, LJM? I think there's a Cathay Pacific and ANA, and that's it. So be patient, and we'll head over there. Andrew, if I do it again in August, it's gonna be for $100, and then I'm gonna be in an ice block. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be doing this in August. All right, here's a Lockheed VC-121 Constellation. Oh, the wind's really, I'm trying to cover the microphone. Well played, Andrew, well played. So thanks everybody for liking and subscribing, tuning in. Hope you're enjoying this. This was voted yesterday. You guys said 52 to 48% you wanted to see the Pima Air and Space Museum. So here we are. Yep, it's an ANA LJM. So this is a Sikorsky a VH-34C. This served the presidential fleet of the United States. That's a good suggestion, the Indy Spotter. We're thinking of doing Heritage Week here, and maybe even Red Flag. Here you go. Here's the Douglas C9 Skytrain transport that looks like basically a military version of the DC-9. It's a Navy VR bird. Thanks, Sky Dogs. I did, LJM. Yep, UPS is getting rid of their MD-11s. Or retiring them. I shouldn't say getting rid, but just retiring them. I'll be nice. Oh, look at this! Air Force One. So nice to see you, Air Force One. Well, technically, it's not Air Force One, but you know what I mean. 707 military version. So it's nice having this classic here. Yep, they take good care of them. They definitely take good care of them. So I kind of feel like this is kind of like the center point. All right, BGWTF, thank you for that super chat. Let's take a close look at this 707. Let's do it. Let's take an in-depth look. You got it, sir. Thank you for the super chat. Good morning, David. Welcome in. Welcome to the Pima Air and Space Museum. Thank you for the computing, LJM. Let's take a close look at these engines here. They're covered by screens, by the way. Oh, it's kind of in the shade from the wind. I'll just stay here. These tires are probably, I'd say, 4 feet tall, maybe 39 inches. Mike and Lisa's Excellent Adventure. Nice, been there before, also made a video. Excellent, Mike. Love hearing that. The viewers of the live streams on our channel here, 11,000 subscribers strong. They voted to do a walking tour, so here I am doing my live walking tour. But BJWTF sent us a 99-cent super chat, or $1.99 or 29 super chat to get an in-depth look at this aircraft, so we are doing it. Welcome to the Pima Air and Space Museum. Sure did, Mel. Yes, indeed, that is a Coast Guard over there. Typically our live streams are Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, because I work Wednesday through Saturday. What's up, Bill? Welcome into the Pima Air and Space Museum. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everybody hitting that like button. We had 275 people at one point. It's pretty awesome. I guess I don't move fast enough. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, make sure to turn those notifications on. Thank you, Bill. So thank you, BJWTF. Hope you enjoyed that. This beautiful 707. Well, I think they like that part, Scott. I think they were just like, okay, we've seen it. All right, we're going to make a beeline over to this constellation. DC-10s. We do have Bingus the Great. We have a, I don't know if it's a DC-10 or an MD-11. I think it's a DC-10, so stand by. So I'm going to make a beeline over to the 747 here in a little bit. So I'm making a beeline. What's up, Mark Bright Spark? How's it going? Making our way to the constellation over here, because this is another sharp one. Oh, by the way, here's the Mars. Nice, Bingus. Dan Reeves says, can't not love the Martian Mars, for sure. Liam, thanks so much for being a Premium County member for 13 months. And hello, Liam, excuse me. Nice Hummer. Look at that. Yes, they got a little ramper too. Ramp truck and a little ramp too. Oh, look at A10. You can see it in the background. No, Bill, this is all aircraft museum. This is all museum. This is the Pima Air and Space Museum. Yeah, this is a sharp one. Most definitely. All right, we're going to try to make a beeline over to the 747. So stay with me here. So we're going to make a beeline, which means we're going to be moving fast. So I don't want to stop because I want to get you the 747 and the 747 SP. So hang with me here. What's up, Ramona Aviation? Yep, BJWTF, that is correct. We're headed over there as quickly as we can. Because I actually, I can't stay here all day. Unfortunately, we'll have to do another one. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying Air King Flyer. That's the most important thing. You enjoy it. And more people like it and tune in, and got to think outside the box for content sometimes. So I'm really grateful we live here. The weather's nice. There's another B-52 in the background. So we're making a beeline over to the heavy aircraft. Very cool, Skydogs. Yeah, Skydogs does some great content. Yeah, Mark, this is the Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson, Arizona. Tickets are $23. It's a steal of a deal. In my opinion, this is the best aircraft aviation museum in the country. That's just my opinion. All right, I got to figure out how to cross the bridge, so stand by. I think you can do so back here. Glad you agree, David. Glad you agree. You're welcome, Aviation Andy. Oh, really? The first Aviation Andy, first one you ever flew on? That's awesome. I think we're now just $170 away from RDU, Scott. All right, so we're making a beeline over to the 747, the I think it's the D10 and the SP, and then I think there's a Cathay Pacific that's still here. This is in Arizona. So yeah, we're here in Tucson, Arizona at the Pima Air and Space Museum. I actually, you know what's cool is I live like 5 minutes away. So I guess I should do this more often. I should just buy a yearly pass and just do this every day for exercise. Yeah, that's true, David. Yeah, I should just do this like every day for exercise and buy a year pass. Because there's people all over the world who love this stuff. Yeah. I would finish next year. We haven't even, yeah, and you know, Andrew points out, we haven't even gone inside the hangars. We've been outdoors the whole time. So, that is the plan, Dan. When they do the Heritage Week, Heritage flights, we're going to probably stream from over here too. A plane per episode, that's a good suggestion, Bill. Koi Boy says you should go to North Carolina and check out the Hickory Airport Museum. Massive plane that could spot submarines. Oh, that's cool. So there she is. There's the SP. Excuse me. Up close and personal, ladies and germs. Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. Hey, you can, with the wind blowing, you can see those engines spinning a little bit. A Mini Queen, Ramona, we might be able to buy this. Very cool. Yeah, this is definitely, of course, one so unique, one of a kind type of deal. Son of Ham, how's it going from South Africa? Thanks for joining us on the walking tour from Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson, Arizona. I think I see a United 727 in the background there. It's kind of tough, Koi Boy, because I only have one camera and me. It's my phone. So, but I could do probably a flip. Yeah, I think I see a United 727 in the background there. Jeff Davis, a skipping tour. Got it. All right. Here, we'll stand up next to this one. Let's see if we can get an idea. I wore my tennis shoes, my good shoes today. So there it is. All right, moving on. Moving on to the flying hospital. It's a windy day here, Jeff, so the engines are blowing. The Trijet, the Orbis Flying Eye Hospital. Yep, the DC-10. Maria, how's it going? Thank you, Scott. Bring a bicycle next time. I don't think bicycles are allowed, unfortunately. So this is in fact a DC-10. To all those asking, where's the DC-10? Here it is. Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. Whoa, it's a little muddy over here. Dang, we had some rain. So I'm gonna have to get all the sand off. I did not see that. Now I got mud all over my shoes. Awesome. We actually had a good bit of rain. Now I gotta stomp my feet. I told you this is like the best museum. BJWTF. The graveyard. If only they let me do a walking tour of the graveyard. Yeah, Segway would be a good idea, actually, Jeff Davis. China Southern, I think this is a 400, if I remember correctly. No, a 300. 737-300, excuse me. Yeah, Tim, we started out the walking tour with the 787. Thank you, everybody, hitting that thumbs up button. Let's go over to the 777 now. 777-200 with Rolls-Royce engines, by the way. Ramona says, loving the eyebrow windows on that 300. Here we'll do an in close engine look. Steve, what's up? All right. I think this is the 200. But wait, let me think it's a 200, but I could be wrong. It is in fact a 777-200. So yes. Andrew says it's prototype 777. I did not know that. Thank you everybody for joining me on the walking tour. Just over an hour of walking we've done, which I think is pretty great because usually I'd be collapsing in pain. These tires are about, I don't know, 4 feet. I would definitely say 4 feet. Then you got your hydraulics back here. We do, Bill. We have to stay healthy. All right. I've got one more aircraft to show you outside here. And then we're probably going to go inside a hangar. So give me just a second. Mishk, hello? John Driscoll, thank you, sir. Gotta stay away from the sun, especially since I'm losing my hair. So one more aircraft over here. I got to stay out of the mud because we've gotten a lot of rain the past couple days, so I don't want to get stuck. These are well-maintained aircraft, 510. $747-100, not the 200, a 100. Wild stuff, Andrew. Wild stuff. It's a big one. Quite a bit of wake turbulence behind this sucker. Okay, everybody, so thank you everyone for liking and subscribing, tuning in. All right, sounds good, Air King Flyer. Have a great day. We'll see you later. We should buy this one in Ramona Aviation. I really want to buy the 777-200 though. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna walk inside the hangar real quick. I have to talk really softly, and then I'm gonna have to wrap up the tour because I gotta take care of some things. So we'll head inside some of the hangars and then we'll wrap up the tour. So don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Do. For you new viewers, my name's Pip. I live here in Tucson, Arizona, actually 5 minutes from the museum, but we also do live streams from all over the country. We live stream from Tucson, from Phoenix, San Diego, I think I'm probably one of the best channels out there, so I hope you consider subscribing and liking. Deal, Andrew. That sounds like a deal. So we're heading inside the hangars. A Fairchild right there. So when we go inside the hangar, we have to talk quietly. So, bro, God. Kids these days sometimes, you know? No patience. Richard says, South Africa, we have a South Africa 747. It's a 200 and an SP. What? That's awesome. Here is the Sophia. One last time. Thank you, everybody, liking and subscribing. Thank you, Scott Kuiper, Nothing Polish, and BJWTF for your contributions. All right. I don't know which hangar this is, but we're going to head inside it. Looks like hangar 4. That is correct, Andrew. We saw that earlier. Got all the sand on me. Ryan, that would be easier. You're welcome, Rod. We're going to whisper because we're in our museum voice. We're just going to walk here. We're just going to whisper quietly. Yeah, we still got people here. What's up, Robert? Yep, I sure did, Indy. Just enjoying the fans. Oh, that's pretty cool, Bill. Rebuilding turrets? That's pretty awesome. Yeah, thankfully today, Scott, it's only 8:62, so this was a perfect day to do it. Plus, it's still fairly early in the morning. Yes, they do, Robert. Yes, they do. Oh, nice, Bill. Q says Bully Airway still flies a couple of Curtis Commandos like that one. It's a beast. Very cool. No, Indy Spotter, I'm just talking quietly because I'm inside the hangar. So I'm just trying to be respectful. Yeah, I'm outside now, so I can talk a little louder, but I didn't want to talk in my full voice while I was inside. I'm like that person with the speakerphone who takes a phone call on speakerphone in the middle of a public place. I agree, Mark. I agree. The X-15. I don't know what the X-15 is. So you gotta help me. What? I don't know where the X-15 is. I don't know military aircraft that well. Oh, you're talking about here. Oh, okay. Yeah. 2-for-1 special here. Mach 6 hydrogen peroxide. What's up, Charlie? Vince? Good to see you guys. That's wild. Okay. I've got to wrap up the tour soon. We're going to head to one more hangar. We're going to go back to the beginning. So, unfortunately, I got to wrap up some things. But if you look back here, there's some aircraft they might be working on. So this is kind of the back end where they work on stuff to either get it ready for display and whatnot. So there's a little bit of everything back here. The engine ran on ammonia and liquid oxygen. Good gracious. Sorry, I'm trying to get the sand off my shoes. Thanks everybody liking and subscribing. I think I've walked over a mile today. What's up, Buzz Bros? Yeah, I've got a good bit of exercise today. We're walking towards the entrance. Your profile picture was taken here? Boy, I'm exhausted. Good job, Pip. An hour of walk, 90 minutes of walking. Staying alive. Walk another mile, please, JD Tim. Yeah. Well, if I would walk 500 miles, then I could walk 500 more. Just to be the man who walked. Jim says, I went to Pima, loved it. My photo was taken here of the Grumman goose. Nice. Water, please, indeed. Dirty dog. All right, we're going to head back this way. You're welcome, B. Brian. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for your contribution. Glad you enjoyed it. Maybe we'll have to do this again. We'll have to see what people think. Because once this live stream is done, it'll be uploaded, so we'll see what people think. If we should do it again. Jim, we did. We actually, about 20 minutes ago, we were right in front of Sophia. Bill, multiple times. Nice. Thank you, Bill. So there you go. A nice F4. Everybody loves the F4. I've never met somebody who's like, I hate the F4. F-15 right here. All right, we're going to go back inside one of the hangars and we're going to wrap things up. So stick with me. We got a little more to show you. Nice. Yeah, the F-15s are pretty cool, Bill. I see the F-16s every day at Tucson, of course. JDM, I know there's software that I can turn it sideways, but I didn't have it downloaded, so my apologies. Becky, we can talk about that later.